get like this one that I'm using is like, I think it was like 30-40 quid, not even, like they're cheap, and it's like good quality.
Fair. I got the mic for 30 something on Amazon. It was on sale. It was down from 50.
Okay. Oh, grand. Again, any mic is grand, to be fair, when you're starting off, because like audio's fine. Even like Maroney, like and you with your phone, it's grand. The mic is literally just there to kind of centralize stuff and like cut out a bit of the outside stuff,
Yeah.
Right. Professional ones, grand. I'm just gonna grab a drink because I genuinely thought Luke was gonna be a lot longer. Dude, you're lucky David popped those numbers up, baby. I bet I know what you were doing. You got all your housemates to fucking replay the fucking thing. New accounts. I know you bot bastard. I'll get you, you son of a bitch.
You sound just like Drake.
Shut your fucking dirty mouth, you piece of trash.
Sean, just open his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. All right, Jeff, since this is your show, would you like to start us off?
It started as a whisper until you screamed it to the top of your lungs. We gained momentum. You made us unstoppable. We had a vision for change. You made it a revolution. We told you this was the future until you told us the future is now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wrestless Raw Review Podcast. D.E. Vicarja, agus fáilte quick on Wrestless Podcast for our Irish listeners. It is myself, yours truly, Jeff Cooney, the consummate professional of this podcast. I am joined by my lovely co-host, David Kerwin. I am joined by our new addition to the booth, the fourth man of the greatest booth in podcast history, Luke James. And I'm also joined by the paper champion, the piece of trash, my biggest enemy and yours,
Sean Smacky D, general manager.
Maroney. Yes, as Sean has just stated, we have decided to give a shake-up to the ranks in this new year, this new era, the era of Netflix. We are now dedicated showrunners. I, myself, of the flagship, the cross I have to bear, the weight of this podcast strapped to my back and my knees won't buckle. I am your Raw general manager. The man to my right, I don't know where he is in your old situation.
He's to the right, yeah.
He's to the right, perfect. Man to my right, Sean Maroney. But he's no Nick Aldis, ladies and gentlemen, but he is the SmackDown general manager. He will be running our SmackDown shows from now on. The man to my upper right, I don't know where he is in your orientation. Sir David Kerwin will be taking over AEW All Elite Wrestling Dynamite on Wednesdays. And Luke James will be the ratings draw for everybody, as we proved.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Strap yourselves in. We're on the Netflix debut. It was a lovely evening. The stream was flawless. The new sets were gorgeous. But before we jump into Raw, I'd just like to start off with a question, boys. I've briefed you on the question. I'm sure you all are prepared. I'll go to my confidant, my longest friend who's on this podcast, Sean Maroney first. Sir, we're going to start off with a question, and that is, since WWE has moved to Netflix, what is or will be the most anticipated show you look to watch in the catalog? Sir, please answer.
Well, Charlie, I have already started watching a few shows from the Fed catalog, just seeing how smoothly some of the pay-per-views run. It's quite smooth. It's brilliant. No lag when you skip through an event. Fucking makes me jizz. But I've watched 3 events so far since Netflix has moved, or since the Fed catalog has moved at Netflix. Those events being the Royal Rumble 2004, WrestleMania 20, and the Royal Rumble in 2020. I've had a whale of a time.
Gorgeous. Beautiful answers. I love it, sir. Mr. Kerwin, what has been your favorite pay-per-views to go back over, or will be your favorites to indulge in during the Netflix era, Buffer?
Well, in regards to the ones I've already watched, I would say WrestleMania X7, obviously. It's considered the greatest WrestleMania of all time for a reason. In terms of the ones I've yet to watch, probably the one I am looking forward the most to is one I actually haven't seen before, which is the 1992 Royal Rumble. Often considered one of the best Rumbles of all time, because of
I love
the
that.
Nature Boy Ric Flair, who was not on the show.
We did have one of his pals. That was the one where he went for the title, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
It was one
Yes.
where all the stupid stuff with Taker and Hogan, who were both on this show, led the title to be vacated, and it was decided in the Rumble. Flair entered from number 3, went the whole way. It's where Not Fair to Flair comes from. Yeah.
Gorgeous stuff. Now, our newest addition, the ratings draw himself, the money maker, is in frame. Luke, sir, what has been your favorite pay-per-view, or will be your favorite pay-per-view to look upon in the Netflix era of WWE, sir?
God, that's a good question. I don't know. I've already rewatched technically the Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, beautiful, sir, beautiful.
It was that was the first one I watched when I saw it was up there. I think next it would have to be the what they said was once in a lifetime WrestleMania, Rock versus John Cena.
A classic.
Both on
A classic if there ever was.
And then the 2011 Vengeance.
Oh, Vengeance 2011. Let me.
I think it was that one. It's Big Show and Mark Henry collapsed the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Brody's favorite spot, the collapse of the rings. Gorgeous, lovely stuff. And I myself, as the host of the podcast, I've gone through a couple of things. For one, WrestleMania 40 about like 3 times because shock horror, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a WrestleMania 40 review.
We're contractually obligated to.
We are. We've signed in blood ink. But
look at the joy in these eyes.
It was lovely going back over that. But in terms of more classic stuff that I've really enjoyed, I went back and watched 2001 Rumble. Obviously, Lord It Over is one of the best Rumbles. Really, really good stuff. I've really enjoyed WrestleMania 30, my personal favorite Mania because of my man Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, or whatever
Enjoy
name you
retirement.
want to call him. What?
Enjoy retirement.
Shut up. But in terms of my favorite of all time, speaking of Papa H running a promotion again, NXT Chicago. Went back and watched NXT Chicago. Gorgeous Ciampa Gargano turn, one of the greatest shock heel turns in the modern era. Lovely, lovely stuff. But with all the past out of the way, all the baggage that we did have back in the day, let's get in to Monday Night Raw's Netflix debut. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live from LA, Los Angeles, the City of Angels, the Intuit Dome, for the 1650th episode of Monday Night Raw and its Netflix debut. Really, really love this. Staging was gorgeous. Lovely opening video package and the transition from like in the arena into the full package. Gorgeous vintage clips from everything from the Golden Era, the Rock and Wrestling Era. We got Attitude Era. We got Ruthless Aggression. We got PG. We got Reality. And we got Papa H. We got all these clips coming around. Everyone from Flair, Hogan, Macho Man, to Rock, Austin, Mankind, to everyone in between, even people that aren't there anymore, which was nice. But yeah, we cut through that, and this is the story of WWE. And then the lights drop out. We see one man in the center of the ring, the man who hates being on telly, the man who never wants to get any TV time. Triple H. Big, huge pop from Papa H. Triple H says 70,000 plus. LA, let me hear you. All of you are being seen and heard by the entire globe. He tells them to show them and tell them that this is the WWE and we are louder than anything you've ever seen before. He has one simple question. One question I posed to everybody on this podcast before we jumped on the call. Are you ready? And a big pop from Papa H. And that's the intro. And since Dwayne is his boss and couldn't let him have his little limelight, out comes Dwayne, baby! Let's go! The Rock enters in for the second introduction, technically third. David Kerwin, sir, you have your finger up. Are you just acknowledging your tribal chief, or would you like to add something? Okay, fantastic work. Well done, sir. All of us acknowledge Dwayne. So anyway,
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why are your cheeks so red again?
I'm rosy red cheeks, man. I'm a warm-hearted individual, big soul, you know.
Did you go out with Travis Scott last night? Are you baked?
I cannot confirm nor deny. No comment. Anyways, back to the show. Speaking of
smoking and on fire. Dwayne Johnson coming in the ring. Huge pop for Dwayne. Camera quality is certainly taking a step up. Looks absolutely gorgeous. The staging is lovely. The stage itself, the arena, all looks beautiful. As iterated by Baroni last night during the call. Shame we have to go to every other arena. Because this was gorgeous. But it's all going to be lovely, I believe. Rock presents the People's title to his daughters. Big Rocky chants ring around the arena, and Rock shouts out, traveling around as a smaller Rock, as a pebble, with his dad, the soul man, Rocky Johnson. And how the difference between back then of getting a ticket or watching WWE, you have to either buy a ticket or watch it on Saturday morning. But now it's the Netflix era. Now it's history. This is the largest arena gate in WWE history. They're making hand over fist money because they're charging through the roof. But who cares? People will pay. Vote with your wallets, people. But good stuff for them. Finally, the WWE has come back to Netflix. Pause. Question. What the fuck? First of all, you've never been there before, lads. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Why, yeah. But anyways.
The Rock's been on Netflix before.
Rock has been there before, to be fair. But, it was their debut. Then Rock says, that's all bullshit anyways. You're waiting for the real one, right? Well, finally, The Rock has come back to LA. Rock then acknowledges members of the Netflix board, says if he's glitched out, it goes Squid Game on their ass. He also acknowledges Cody Rhodes, thanks him for putting the company on their back. Tells him to shout out to Mama Rhodes and tell him he's asking for. Rock then acknowledges Roman Reigns, calls Reigns the tribal chief, the OTC, and then asks, can he get a little chew for the culture, for the smoke culture. Very, very nice. Rock then hits the if you smell, and everyone's happy. Very much a corporate Rocky speech. Was expecting a bit more, but it is what you get. I will go to Sean Barodi first, sir. Thoughts on the triple opening of the Netflix debut, sir?
Well, it was very odd. It felt like it was something that was starting the show in a way where it's kind of just building up and building up and building up. When you had the curtain open, that had the projections of the cold open that Triple H did, from when the curtain fell and the pyro went, and he introduced Monday Night Raw on Netflix. It was a nice little thing. I enjoyed it. I don't think many people have that much of an opinion on it, but it wasn't something that we've seen before in the WWE. So I have a little bit of appreciation for it. If they're going to be this creative going forward, I'm more than welcome to seeing what stories they tell, kind of like that. But for a one-time use only thing, I think it'd be a bit of a waste if it is, if I'm honest with you. I thought they did it quite well. It was executed perfectly. The problem with Dwayne, I'm going to say what I said last night. The boy sounded like he was forgetting his lines as he was talking. He kind of diverted a fucking U-turn about 5 times. Even when he started the promo talking about, the good old days with his dad and how you could watch wrestling back then, it sounded like he didn't know how he was going to finish it, even though the whole theme of the episode is Netflix. But he got through it in the end. Really, really fucking what had us waiting for what The Rock is cooking line. But it doesn't matter. We're on Netflix now. We could take all the time in the world we need, even though I'm not getting any younger. Back to yourself.
David, thoughts on the opener?
Yeah, I thought it was a good little opener. I enjoyed the video package, History of Wrestling. Always good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that being brought up. Triple H, he did his thing. He just I feel like he's caught a variation of this promo 5 times in the last couple of months, but it's a good promo.
Did it do what it needed to do, Karen?
Yes, it did.
It did, sir. Yes.
The Rock's promo. I'm just very shocked The Rock got a promo under 7 minutes.
Honestly. Yeah, he had the backstage bits, to be fair to him. He got above 10 minutes at some point.
I'd also like to point out he said, "Tell Mama Rhodes The Rock says hello as well." Yeah, just the way that he framed himself and the way he spoke during his promo makes me think that he will not, in fact, be wrestling at Mania this year. Which
no shout,
no,
sir.
Yeah,
it is strange the direction they're going. He's faced with Roman, he's faced with Cody.
Yeah,
it's not going to go against anyone. I think it was. Sorry, come on.
just like every interaction between The Rock and Cody just has great like shots where Cody just looks like a loser, and the hug definitely feels like it added to that.
Oh god, yeah.
Sorry, go back.
No hassle. I was just gonna say, like, the presentation of Rock, I think, was a bit jarring considering how we saw him last time, and the whole like build up.
Yeah.
Sure, look. Luke, thoughts
What
on the
is
opener,
this,
my
man?
friend?
Love the opener, love the video package, like the whole canvas with the painting thing. Thought that was very well done, and the whole history of wrestling, and not just even WWE, WWF. They just went back to when wrestling first started, like at Circus, and then like say even back in history. Really appreciate it. I do agree that Triple H seems to have cut the same promo the last few times, like kind of starting over. Like, now, to be fair, it all is new. It all is important. It's start of something new. So you can understand where that's coming from. Where it's like it does seem like the same thing, but it does have to be acknowledged. And then it's waiting for that joke. Then with The Rock, I also do agree that it's like he kind of kept going in a circle, trying to not to do a U-turn. But you have to appreciate the fact that he did turn up for it.
Yeah.
I do agree that I don't think he's going to be at WrestleMania or at the company for the next few months, just because it seems like he was tying up loose ends kind of with Cody Rhodes and anything. Because like I had a look at the Instagram as well, and even there was stuff backstage like him hugging Triple H and stuff like that, hugging Cody Rhodes. They all had a drink and stuff. So it's like, okay, he's going to be gone for a bit.
David.
Yeah, just before we get into the first match, should we talk about the sponsors on the ring? Because I know this is what most people have come away from the show not liking. Yeah.
I love the fucking match.
I want to derail this fucking podcast. Your ratings draw is a fucking parrot. He's just doing what Kern was doing with yourself on my fucking show last week. He doesn't have a fucking opinion for himself, and he's just fucking repeats the same shit.
Listen.
Whoa.
Look, it's clearly a thing that's split opinion down the middle. I just wanted to know everyone's thoughts on it before we talk about the match so it doesn't derail discussion of the matches themselves.
I'll kick off. I love the match. I think it's done very well. I have no ill will. Marody, thoughts on the match?
I love Matt. I love all the sponsors on it equally.
You fucking parrot. You're just parroting what I said. You have no original opinions for yourself. It doesn't matter.
I love all the sponsors equally. I hope all the owners of said companies have great success. I wish Kerwin all the success in his future, that he gets to compete in the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia for some blood money. Suck again.
I will just say I find many of the sponsors very funny, especially just the giant Fortnite in the middle of the mat. You know, I need Jey Uso to, win a match and then hit a default dance.
No. We don't need that. Luke, thoughts on the match before we get into this tribal combat?
Personally, I don't mind the match. I think what's most important is how are the matches and how are the promos. But if you want me to be nitpicky, I say move the Fortnite logo so the logo, like the adverts, are on like circling the ring rather than say one here or there, like in the corners and then the one in the center. But that's me being nitpicky. I really don't mind the ring, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're going to be really nitpicky, like, I think do like, sponsor matches, right? But like, it doesn't matter. I think it's a fine match.
I'm going to echo what I said last night. I do enjoy the fact that, like, because of the sort of depth and contrast of the mat, like with the white mat, like you could walk, you could do moves on it, and you don't really see the mat move or budge in any way, shape, or form. The first match, you could see like little creases forming around the boots. Fucking every step, if it's like a punch or if someone falls, you can see it spring up and fucking. I enjoy that little detail because fucking it kind of makes it look a bit more real, if you ask me.
Yeah, I love that. It's good stuff. So,
just briefly, I'm just gonna say we're going to see one of the owners behind one of the sponsors later on in the show.
Moving on, without further ado. So further to, let's get stepping. First, we had a tribal combat opened the show. A bit of a strange one. But Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns for the Ulafala for the title of the Tribal Chief. It felt incredibly big, like really, really big energy for this. It felt like a very big stage for them to come out on and open the show. Alicia Taylor obviously debuting as the announcer for Raw. She was the announcer for SmackDown. I think she's a nice fit post Samantha Irvin. She's the closest thing they've got to her. She's very good. She announces Solo. There's nice new ref attire, nice clean like black attire for the refs. I like it. Heyman then stops Alicia before she introduces the Tribal Chief and gives the glorious tribal introduction that we're so used to and we love so much. There was clear "fuck you Solo" chants ringing around the arena. No mutant on Netflix, baby. Let's go. They can say whatever the hell they want and power to them. And then a nice promo package before we get into the action, introducing the story of the bloodline, Samoan legacy, the importance of the Ulafala for the new eyes on Netflix. So like as like normal viewers ourselves, we were kind of a bit pissy, a bit bitchy about it. But in terms of it being for new eyes, completely makes sense because why are they fighting over a necklace? That's a bit ridiculous. But it was a nice kind of completion of putting that out to the new viewers. So in terms of the actual action in the match, start up with a collared elbow tie-up to start. Reigns obviously getting the better of Solo, but Solo does christen the announce table with the OTC's head, following up with a spinning Solo later on, testing its structure, which lasted the whole night. Annoyingly, but we'll get to that. Reigns then was careened into the post, to which Solo said, "Look at you now, looking stupid." Which popped for always popping my boy Solo talking his trash. Solo beats Roman with chairs and tells him he loves him. He always did, and he gave him everything. But now he has to take him out for good. Who does that remind you of? Roman about 3 years ago. It was a nice little parallel of both men and where they're at in their respective arcs. We have Solo trying to hit a dump truck Pillmanizer on Reigns, but he evades. Solo avoids a concerto. A low blow from Solo and a spinning Solo on the chair for a 2, but only a 2. Solo shouts, "You didn't love me, you never loved me." And after that, Reigns drops Solo from the top rope through a table, but again, only garners 2. The New Blood then interfered. Jacob drops Reigns with an Impaler DDT and a double jump moonsault and a spike, but Reigns is able to kick out at 2. The Tribal Chief ain't going down for nobody. Chad Patton, the ref, then taken out by a spike. And who enters to clear out the bloodline? But Big Jim, Slim Jim, and the Ginger Nut himself, Sami Zayn, they come out and they're wrecking him. They take him out, a super kick and a haluva kick to Solo, followed up by a spear by Reigns, but the ref is nowhere to be found. With that added time, Solo is able to kick out before the 3. The OGs then take out the New Blood, but Owens interferes out of nowhere, dropping Reigns with a stunner as he goes for a spear, and Solo only gets a 2. Owens then picks him up, goes to position him for a pile driver, but who's there? But adrenaline in his soul. It is fucking Cody Rhodes. He comes out and he saves the day. He takes out Owens with a Cody cutter and battles him out into the crowd. A Superman punch countered into a spike, which is countered for a spear, and another to crown the OTC, the undisputed Tribal Chief. He is donned with the Ulafala. But before Heyman can wrap it around his neck, enter the final boss. Final boss comes down. Rock stares out Reigns, takes off his glasses, hits him with the eyebrow, and then bestows the Ulafala on Roman Reigns' neck. They clasp arms, they hug. It's a lovely tribal celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, what did we think? Luke, I'll go to you first as I came to you last time.
Overall, the match was amazing, and I just wanted to point out very quickly, the announce table looks beautiful now. Really appreciate it. Get that out of the way.
Tasty.
The match overall, I thought was very entertaining. I'm kind of glad that was the opening match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, I thought a lot of people were kind of saying, "Oh, Roman should be the main event."
Yeah.
But I actually haven't seen that myself on social media, and I think everyone's, because I feel like that fits Roman's character now. Get in, get his business done, leave.
Brock Lesnar spot. Pop in, pop out.
But he can do it. It suits
Exactly.
Roman Reigns. It's what he does now, and it's very good. And of course, the OTC finally got what belongs to him, what he deserves, the Ulafala.
Respectfully.
Then The Rock coming out, I don't want to say that was random, but it was kind of, I think a lot of people, myself included, obviously, was that The Rock was going to have like a heel thing or something, do something. So I think once that whole thing popped up, everyone realized, okay, The Rock's not going to be around for a while.
I think he was just kind of trying to tie up that loose end because he'd already kind of covered it with Cody. He was covering it with Reigns. So it's the old promoter thing. Don't tease a match if you know it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
David, thoughts on the opening?
Yeah, it was a fun match.
Yeah.
I'm glad the story is over. At least for the time being. You know, it's good to see everyone get their stuff in. Even good old Jacob getting one of the biggest pops of the night. I feel
As
like
you
that.
should.
I know the Mania match is probably Roman and Punk, but God, do I want to see them on the big stage. Yeah.
It'd be good.
I just, it was a good, conclusive victory. And, interesting to see where it goes from here. I just hope, they don't take up pay-per-view main events from now on, please. It is no longer required.
Yeah, I mean, I liked this because I think everyone was expecting Tribal Combat to main event, but obviously they gave Punk his main event. It wasn't Mania, but they gave him the Netflix debut main event. It's fair play. And finally, last but not leastly, Mr. SmackDown General Manager Sean Maroney. What do you think of the main opener?
The longer this show goes on, I think more and more that you don't deserve my time. I think my time is too valuable. And the fact that I'm adding product to your show makes me sick. But I could go into business for myself and make this show successful. But, the way the world is that you have to run Raw and I have to sit here like some chump as these two doofuses and fucking parrots fucking listen to each other fucking going, oh, I think this, I agree with you. Oh, I have a wrong opinion. I agree with you. It fucking drives me nuts. What you think you want to know what I fucking think about the entire thing? I don't have the same fucking opinions of ye fucking commoners.
All right, give me your opinion, dickhead, then. You've shot off, you've hit a pipe bomb, called a nuke. Go on, sir. Give us your completely unique opinion that's never been said before. Very intrigued.
I can't remember which segment it was.
There we go. See, and moving on. Next, we had a segment with Jackie Redmond and The New Day. Kofi's dripped out. Woods looks like he made that in second class, whatever that jacket was. Jesus Christ. Kofi says that they were supposed to have a match, but they told Triple H they didn't want to be here because LA doesn't deserve to see them wrestle, i.e., they got cut.
For time. Yeah.
They got cut for time. Woods says that the crowd are booing the truth and they have bad taste. Woods then calls Kendrick trash, and Kofi says that people are annoyed because Drake won a feud, proving that they're clearly deaf. clearly deaf,
and,
tasteless, talentless hacks.
To go along with that, the big thing that Kendrick alleged against Drake, besides him being a pedophile, was that he was hiding a daughter, which was confirmed last night.
Yeah, don't like the P word he used, but I respect it. Maybe said to the P word, but yes, you are correct, sir. So Woods then
you're
says,
a pedophile.
can you just leave me have one thing? I helped your show.
Pedophile. You're a pedophile. Luke's a pedophile. You're all pedophiles.
No, just one
Okay.
thing.
Continue chewing your sour grapes there, fucking CM Brody. Alright? Fucking calm down. Calm down. Alright? Woods then finishes the segment. He says that it's the City of Angels and they're blessed that the New Day are here. So again, the New Day just not being used too well. Don't think there's much to say here. They haven't capitalized on the incredible heat they have. They're doing this whole like, oh, we can't get time. Bollocks. I don't enjoy it. So next we have just a couple of bits where we have a flash of Penta El Zero Miedo's logo. He'll be showing up, I assume, next week.
It's supposed to be tonight.
Was supposed to be tonight, but sure, look. To be fair, it'll probably be better for him. You won't get lost in the shuffle of a Netflix debut show. Then there's a package for the Royal Rumble in Riyadh in 2026. On the silver lining side of things, there was a gorgeous drone shot inside the dome in and around the stands and things. Really, really liked that. That's very pretty. And then there was a rake of shout outs that have all condensed into one segment. Every WWE superstar that needed to be there that wasn't on the show was in the crowd. People like Mysterio, Tiffany Stratton, LA Knight, Nakamura, Braun Breaker, all these people, Stephanie even, X-Pac, which they love. And then we had X-Pac like 3 times. They love X-Pac. And I respect it because you should. And then we had obviously shout outs for celebrities in the ring, the most notable being Gabriel Iglesias, who has a segment later on, Macaulay Culkin, O'Shea Jackson, Danielle Fishel, Netflix execs Vanessa Hudgens, Stephen Amell as well. So a break of stars. What?
1, 2, 3 kid.
Yes, correct. Perfect. But anyways, next we have what most people were waiting for on this show. We have John Cena coming out. Cena comes out and he says, Stu, it's time to go to work for the last time. Stu's like, yeah, go on. Stu obviously being the cameraman. Cena runs down to the ring. There's a lovely, nice drone show for Cena as well. That was really pretty. Classic company Cena promo, right? He's putting over the crowd. He's putting over Netflix partnerships. He's putting over LA. Cena puts over LA as the best place to start his career. He lived in his car when he was in LA. He learned how to wrestle here. It's where the prototype was born, where he won his first world title. And for the last 25 years, they've allowed him to perform in front of him, and he thanks them for that. Cena then talks his last opponent suggestions. People have said Drew McIntyre, boo. Punk, yay. Logan, boo. Gunther,
Yay.
Cody Rhodes, yay. Lovely, nice little run through of what people have been kind of wanting Cena to do in his last run. He nods to the idea of breaking the world title record, which cues the you deserve a chance, but he mentions that there's a certain streak that might stop him from doing this. He shouts out other streaks such as Gunther's IC title reign, Roman's reign, and the Undertaker streak. But he says the streak he's on about here is 2,446 days of Cena not winning a match. He says, my time is up and their time is now. John says it's never going to happen. And he pauses, he corrects himself. He says, well, you know, you can't say it never happens in the WWE. Anything happens. So it'd take a miracle, you know. I can't just get there, you know. I'd have to win the lottery. I'd have to, you know, win Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber. The Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble. I mean, I guess I could never, but I mean, if you're not in it, you can't win it. The best way to thank these people, these fans who've always been around them, is to win the Royal Rumble, go on to Mania, and it sounds impossible, but nothing's impossible with John Cena. And we only say never around here when we say never give up. He says at LA, to LA, that he's going to win the Rumble. You want some, come get some. Boys, thoughts, Brody? I'll go to you first since you were so bitterly bitchy the last time. Go on, sir.
Well, I'd like to start this off by announcing, I forgot how to do divides tables. I was trying to figure out...
Sounds about right for you.
I'll show my workings. I was trying to figure out how many days or how many years 2,446 days is altogether, because, you know, it sounds like an impressive thing. It sounds like it would be roughly around 8 years. However, I don't think it is. I was going to get there. However, Jeff interrupted me. It's not
we can
8
come back
years.
to you. This isn't countdown. We can fly back.
It's not 8 years. It's just shortly under 7. Yeah. But with that, I do want to go over the few things that I did pick up from this promo. Like I said last night, I don't know what the fuck is up with Cena. He looks very old in comparison to, like, he's aged rapidly in the past 2 years. And like, I'm not on about just, like, you know, his bald spot or his fucking hair. Like, his body looks fucking odd. His calves look like fucking they're ready to fall off. Fucking his ass looks like it suffers with dwarfism. His body is fucking weird and bumpy. Fucking, like, if you put him against fucking Great Khali, fucking you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. With that, I think we all have to appreciate one thing. Not only is this John Cena's final year, but with the way people are acting, we also have to say goodbye to another legend. Stu, the cameraman, finally gets to stop running to the ring with fucking Cena as they're going to work for the final time. Stu, you're a legend. I hope you're doing well. Fucking, I hope you enjoy retirement. You fucking deserve it. You big madman, yeah. Now, as well as that, Cena's little promo. For the most part, I enjoy seeing John Cena. Fucking me and Jeff were on a call yesterday. We were talking about how he's one of those few celebrities that have so much goodwill in the world that fucking honestly, you can let him get away with anything. We were trying to, like, think of controversies that could fucking ruin his career. There's a lot of them. Remember when John Cena used to be transphobic? I do.
Remember when he was homophobic?
Yeah, exactly. But with that, it was almost taken away completely as John Cena with his tattered old man voice who can't scream into the mic as he used to fucking without fucking ripping something. Was talking about how he just wants to say thank you. He's doing this little tour to come around to every city and be like, I used to wrestle here. I'm not going to wrestle tonight, but thank you for letting me wrestle. And then proceeds to leave. But, you know, he managed to talk himself from, guys, a 17 world's history breaking title reign is never going to happen to, you know what, fuck it. We're going to join the Royal Rumble. We're going to give it a welly. He's gone from I haven't won a match in 2,446 days under 7 years to I'm going to beat 29 men in one night. And whilst I enjoyed the determination and the fucking, you know, spirit that he has for a near 50-year-old man, I just can't help but think, you know, I can't get excited for this because one, as a booker, I know he's not going to win the Royal Rumble. It's just not something that's going to happen. Two, he's already announced for Elimination Chamber. So if you're going to fucking have him win the Royal Rumble and then what, for fucking 2 to 3 solid months, he's just going to come out and be like, hi, Enter City here. It was great knowing you. I really appreciate you. And fucking Elimination Chamber just happens to be one of those in Toronto. Hi, Toronto. This is the place where I announce my retirement. I'm here to say I'm still retiring. And he fucking walks off because he's won the Royal Rumble. It makes no sense to me. He's not winning it. Fucking, you put him in an Elimination Chamber match. You injure that bastard. You make sure he's not performing at WrestleMania. Fucking nobody gets a 17 world title reign. He should have just fucking ended his promo there and walked off, said thank you, fucking gave his flowers and took his tail between his legs and, you know,
took his ball and go home.
Yeah, take Stu with you.
All right. Well, that was it. That was
Go
a lovely
on, Stu, you legend.
Yeah. David, have you any other different thoughts than Brody assassinating poor Cena's character there?
That was a better deconstruction than the Firefly Funhouse. My God. Okay, so
don't you dare!
it's nice to see Cena back. You know, I think the explanation of why Sean is so repulsed by seeing his body is that he's simply not on as much gear as he used to be anymore. Yeah.
Take your rights or go home.
You'll end up like Triple H. Yeah. No, I enjoyed, you know what you're getting with Cena promos. The man, like, you're either getting work shoots, you're getting this corporate, rehearsed promo, which is fine. He's probably the best one to be able to do those kinds of promos. Sean does bring up an interesting point because Cena is currently the rumored favorite to win the Rumble this year, but he's also there for Elimination Chamber, so I do think he's going to be in one of the World Championship matches at WrestleMania this year. Just don't know which one. There's a lot of people you could do for either. Yeah,
Cody.
Yeah,
it's pinball here, but
look,
it's not Rock.
If Dwayne's not there, yeah,
not Dwayne.
Could we have Phil winning the Rumble? Who knows?
Oh God. But yeah, fair enough. Luke, any positive thoughts on Cena's promo? I
didn't say anything negative. I enjoyed it.
He said it was corporate speech.
Well, you didn't exactly.
You said it was corporate.
Positive.
Yeah.
Anyways, Luke, save us from the jaws of pessimism, please.
Well, you're asking the bias here, considering like Cena's one of my favorites, if not is my favorite wrestler of all time. And above all else, obviously, I do want to see him become 17-time champion. Will that happen? I don't know. I hope so. I do hope so. Maroney pointed out the fact that Cena didn't look the best. Now, I don't think he's as bad as Maroney was saying he was, to be honest.
That was hyperbolics. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it looks like pushing 50, he still looks good. And I think the biggest thing is he's definitely not as big as he was, but that's because he's been doing other projects and all that. But he's still in good shape.
Yeah, same with Batista. Batista's shrunk considerably because he's doing Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like Maroney was also saying about his promo, how he sounded a bit hoarse and all that. It's like your voice is a muscle. You have to work it out. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as it is, but as time goes on this year, it will get better. And then I also want to point out the fact that when he was talking about potential last opponents, there is one big name that he never actually mentioned on that list, and that was Randy Orton.
Which I think we will get.
He is technically injured at the moment.
Yeah, because he actually sells, unlike Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But I think it was a fine speech. You know,
You're a host. No one asked me.
Shut up! I'm the host. I can say what I want, bitch.
And
Right.
I just want to defend a point. When you have the right opinion, people like Curran will parrot you. And as well as that, Luke's a dick rider, so his opinion's invalid. Moving on.
Okay. Well, that was lovely.
Okay, Chris
There was a nice end to
Charlton.
that segment,
Okay.
and you jumped all over it. So next we get a little Logan Paul hype package. Paul says that he's had fun. He doesn't want to respect the business. He doesn't want to respect the process. He doesn't wait in line. But what keeps people up most at night is how good he's been at this, or how short he's been doing it. How he's dedicating his life to this now. No more side hustle, no more bullshit. 100% WWE superstar. This is the beginning of the era of Logan Paul, and I, for one, am kind of excited to see him jump full time into this. I never thought he'd do a full time gig of this because of all his side businesses, but yeah, I mean, fair play. Be nice to see what he does. Any thoughts, boys?
Did they not confirm that he has a boxing match against Conor McGregor later this year or next year?
Is that not scrapped after the whole trial?
No. We're still going ahead.
No,
what?
They announced it after the trial.
Phenomenal.
They announced it after the trial.
You know what? No press is bad press. Fair play to them. Okay, right. I assume after that McGregor thing he's going to be done. But
We all know that they're fond of working with rapists.
very true. Allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for Brock Lesnar's return.
No, don't manifest that, please.
So, there's no
What,
real.
we don't get to
fucking
give our opinions on Logan Paul anymore.
Well, not
What?
when you
got
start
yours
like
just
that.
waiting For you.
Not when you
Where's my
start like
fucking
that.
opinion? You're censoring my right to speech, you fat bastard, you.
Okay, skinny fat ass. Go ahead.
Fat ass. Give
Okay,
your
go on.
opinion.
You dickhead.
I'm a fat ass.
I said skinny fat ass.
Fine. My opinion on Logan Paul working full time is I can sum it up in a reaction. Yay.
All right, lovely. Karen, have you any thoughts before we move on to the next match? I guess not. Anyways, next match we have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight title. We have a quick promo package catching everyone on Netflix up to speed on what the crack was with the match, how it has to be the last time because my God, have they dragged the arse out of this thing. There was a nice little seg just before the match though, where they put on the move it to the music, play it to the music, which was lovely. Gorgeous. Love that theme. Bring it back, boys. Rhea starts off with dominating Liv. She's taking over, obviously, the power game working for her. Dom pulls at Rhea's leg as Liv goes for a Rana, but then Rhea catches it into a powerbomb onto the table. To Maroney's dismay, didn't budge a fucking inch. There was a codebreaker on the there was a codebreaker on the apron from Liv, which don't know why she did. That probably hurt her more than it did Rhea. But then Rana spiking Rhea on the floor. Morgan gets back on top. Then Dom is speaking to Pat on the outside. Michael asks Pat, "What was Dom saying?" Pat replies, "I don't speak bitch, so it's hard to understand Dom," which I thought was a great line for a guy I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think he did really well tonight. It was really, really good stuff from him. Rhea then with a power-up suplex reversal, then released German 2, and Mommy's back on top until a backstabber from Liv and a spiky tornado DDT as a trading control over the match. Liv kicks at 2 from a Riptide. Dom slides in a chair as Raquel distracts the ref and Rhea, and Liv hits the Oblivion for a 2 on the chair. Rhea halts the Oblivion, drops her, then another Riptide and another one for the 3. Dom comes in like the sniveling little bastard that he is to go for a hug. Michael Cole utters, "We all know Dom's a gold digger," and Pat reiterates, "He's a rat bastard." And they're both correct. Fair play, sirs. You've done well. Then Rhea opens her arms, she smiles, and gives a right kick in the bollocks to Dom, and then a riptide. Just the final nail in the feud's coffin is what we were waiting to see. And as we exit the segment, Cole poses the question, what happens if Dominic breathes? Which is not something I expected out of Michael Cole's mouth ever, and I was slightly disgusted. But, boys, thoughts? Luke, first to you, sir. How did you find the Women's World Title?
The match overall was good. I thought it wasn't it was decent. It was obviously wasn't the best match, but it was still good to watch. Thank God that feud is over. Oh my God! But I am interested to see now how going forward do they play with Liv and Dom. Only for the fact that thus far Dom's biggest thing is that some way somehow Rhea has been involved, where they were quote unquote together, where they're opponents or opposite sides. I'm wondering where they're going to take Dom now.
Yeah. Interesting. David, thoughts?
First of all, thank God this is finally fucking over. For as long as we've been doing this shit, this is what we've been complaining about every week. It's over. It's finally done. But
you
besides
can cry if you
that,
want, David.
yeah. But besides that, it was very clear that, first of all, this got majorly cut for time because it was supposed to be a last woman standing match. And it was also very clear and was confirmed later on that Becky was supposed to show up after this. Now, this, not to take away from the match itself, I liked the match. Very glad that, Rhea finally got her revenge, even if she should have gotten it 5 months ago. But it's good. I'm liking it. I like it. Just never do this with the women's title again, please. Just let Rhea go back to what she was last year. It's what everyone wanted.
Fair point, sir. Sean, what did you think of this match, sir? I can't wait to hear your opinion.
Well, my first opinion is if Dwayne didn't take 7 minutes just to fucking deliver the fucking punchline to "The Rock is cooking," we probably could have gotten a last minute standing match. But fucking here we are. The match was fine. Look, I'm going to start this off, derailed, and then I'm going to bring myself back into it. My first thing that I want to bring up is fuck that stupid announce table. I fucking hate it. That dirty little cunt. It looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I don't want a fucking announce table there if I can't fucking break it. What's the fucking point of having an announce table otherwise? You don't fucking have an announce table unless it can smash to bits and fucking that's it, right? I want to see it smash to bits. Tell me they have a little switch underneath it that they can fucking flick, and then once someone smacks into it, fucking it just explodes to pieces. Fucking otherwise, I don't want it. Take it back, fucking you and your fancy high tech fucking announce table. Ruin Triple H ruining fucking the WWE is. Now, besides that, I'm going to say something on this podcast that I've never said before, and you probably will never hear me say again.
Okay.
David Kerwin earlier today gave an opinion in the group chat, and for the most part, I believe David Kerwin was wrong and he was sour, and that he shouldn't have vocalized that opinion. However, when it comes to this match specifically, David Kerwin was right. This match had stayed way over its welcome, and the match was fine. That's the thing. It wasn't a bad match. It was just a case of genuinely watching the match fucking throughout the night. I was so hyped for Raw. I enjoyed the opening segments. I enjoyed the celebrity appearances. This match came on and I felt tired because I've seen it so many fucking times before. It doesn't matter if this is the fucking end definitively for the feud. Fucking honestly, it might not be. Fucking I've come out of this match thinking these opinions strongly. This wasn't the end for Rhea and Liv's feud. This was the end for Dom and Rhea's story. And it's nice in that sense. It ended the same way it started, with a fucking low blow fucking when Dom did it to fucking Edge and fucking Rhea did it to fucking him. But at the same time, it just like the women's division doesn't have that stacked roster on Raw. Fucking, if you're going to keep it brand exclusive, which it sounds like they are with this whole stupid fucking transfer window bollocks. Fucking, you don't have that many. You don't have that many women on it. Fucking, even if say you want to find someone quickly that fucking maybe Rhea can feud with, you've got Raquel. That's still tied into fucking Liv. You've got so many other people that fucking just go back to the Judgment Day. Yeah, fucking, it's annoying in that aspect. What goes around comes around. Fucking, it's not that end definitively. It just seems like fucking that's the story they want to tell. Fucking, we're in that sort of era. I don't know why. Now, the one thing I will end this with is a lot of people I've seen dogging on Dog Mysterio, calling him a bit of a heel, a scallywag, a fucking idiot. If I'm honest, if I'm honest with you, if I was able to pull Rhea Ripley, and then I was able to cheat on Rhea Ripley with someone like Liv Morgan, I could 100% think, oh, I could double back. Like, have you seen those two fucking women? Fuck, I shouldn't have got them in the first place. Fucking.
You almost had Tiffany Stratton as well.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking.
That's true.
Yeah. Man's a fucking player. Fucking, like.
Stud.
Yeah. Like, fucking. If you don't ask, you don't get.
You know what? Respect it.
Exactly. Fucking.
Cheat.
Yeah. So I'm proud of him. Remind me of my boy Eddie. Sometimes when you try and cheat, it doesn't work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Lie, cheating, and stealing.
There we go. Nice end to the feud. So we have Pierce then backstage, cut backstage to the Raw general manager. Adam finishes talking with Bailey. Ooh. And then American Made enter. Yay.
American Made.
Chad goes on about dispelling all the rumors. Next on his list is proving he can beat luchadors. Pierce says, I have the perfect candidate. Are you really sure you want this? And Chad says, yes. Chad's going to get Ziggler again by fucking Penta. You bastards. You destroyed my boy. What have you done to my boy? He's going to get pinned straight up by Penta.
Jeff, all I have to say is, Cero Miedo!
Fuck that bollocks. I want him to break that little luchador's ankle. Fucking Chad's been destroyed.
Hold on.
He's been destroyed.
Just Penta specifically is the guy known for breaking people's arms, so maybe it's not the right choice of phrase there.
Well, Chad can grapevine that ankle and rip it off that little bastard freak. All right? I'm sick of my boy being disrespected.
Luchadors don't fucking sell.
Yeah, it'll be a shoot, brother. It'll be a goddamn shoot. Brody, thoughts on the disrespect Chad gave him?
What do you mean disrespect for Chad Gable? He came into this fucking promo just with the energy of an insecure racist. If you're going to be racist, fucking, you do it loud and proud.
Fucking commit to it, boy.
Commit to the bit, brother.
He's saying fucking, he obviously has a thing against Mexicans. This is his way of baiting the bald boy, Adam Pearce, and fucking giving him a Mexican fucking to beat next fucking week on Raw. Fucking, and he got what he wanted. Fucking, Chad, I say to you and all your Donald Trump supporters, I hope you beat that Mexican. I hope you get your dreams acknowledged. I hope you feel satisfied when you do it. And when you're done and you have to go back and realize they're not going to feed you another Mexican, I hope that you are content with living the rest of your life knowing you'll never reach that high. But in the meantime,
that's getting
in the meantime, I know he's not going to win against the Mexican. They're filthy little bastards. They climb over the border. They hide under the border. I bet you next week, fucking when he goes against whoever it's going to be, we know who it's going to be. Whenever Penta starts losing, there's going to be 20 of them that come out from under the ring. The new version of the 20 skinny men, except it's the Mexicans, and they start beating the shit out of fucking Chad Gable.
All right.
My God.
That's a great prediction. I'll hold you for that. David, thoughts on bloody your fave Penta gonna destroy my boy Chad Gable next week?
I'm sad this was cut from the episode. It could have made things feel fresh for the new era, but at least we're gonna have a good first match for him.
Say something fucking optimistic, would you?
I am staying optimistic.
All right. Speaking of optimistic, Luke, sir, how did you feel about this segment? You didn't feel optimistic, did you, you bastard? Fuck.
It was well, no, I didn't
It's ruined my
not
segment.
feel
Ruined my
optimistic.
segment.
I'm just like it was fine. Like I can't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I can't say much more than that. Like they've kind of summed it up now. Obviously, I wouldn't be saying the extreme, but to say with Maroney, but I do kind of have to agree with Maroney to some extent.
I'm on little parrot. It's okay. Just tell me I'm right.
Just
now you
stroke
want
that
to hear
ego,
Parrot.
baby. Stroke
No,
that
it's
damn
fine.
ego, Chad.
I enjoy Chad Gable's matches.
Mm.
Personally, I think his kind of backstage promo work can do a bit. It's not bad. It's lacking somehow. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, he's been better. He's definitely been better. I think he's probably just dejected because he's getting pinned every bloody week. Apart from beating Akira Tozawa and Otis, which don't really count. No offense, boys. But yeah, I mean, it was a nothing seg. It signaled doom for my boy. I wanted to die at this moment. And then who saved me? The Miz.
Yay!
So he gets a segment on this show. Out my ears. Miz pops for Cena going into the Rumble sarcastically, going over the top until Karrion Kross and the rest of his mob come along. The final testament tried to crowd him down. Miz stands up for himself as he's done with them. I'm not facing the white six. I'm not an idiot. And then Kross hypes him up and says, "Hey, didn't you beat John Cena? Huh? Aren't you a 2-time Grand Slam champion? Huh?
Worst
Aren't you the
WrestleMania
Miz,
main event of
huh?"
all time. Yeah.
And Miz responds, "Yes, yes, yes." And then he says, "Aren't you going to help us fight the Wyatts?" And Miz says, "Yes." And then Miz goes, "Huh?" And then there's a Wyatt glitch at the end of it. So this is still going. Does anyone have any thoughts that aren't, "I hope this ends soon"?
No.
Oh, of course you do. Go on, Sean.
I was gonna fucking
I hope
say.
I end soon.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, moving on.
End of the pain.
We have a little snapback to The Rock backstage. He daps up a few people and shouts out that he'll be on NXT tomorrow to visit his daughter. Then we cut to Travis Scott with Jey Uso. Travis Scott rolling up and smoking a fatty on Netflix. I respect you, sir. Well done, sir.
Woo!
A bit of dopamine straight to the cerebellum, my friend. Then Jey Uso comes out. I'm surprised he didn't go for it, though, to be honest. But considering about
We
the
all
last
know he's
time
about that
he had
shit,
that in the
yeah.
press conference, I'm glad he didn't, because he would have got mauled in the next match. We cut, and it's Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. As Jey comes to the ring, Cole and Pat are yeeting all over the table. You can hear audibly Michael Cole getting blown up. And then, as Travis Scott comes down, you hear Pat ask for a toe, which I respect. I respect that.
Yeah.
That's professional. Then, nice drone work around during Jay's entrance. Then it starts off hot. The bell hasn't rung, but there's a dive to the outside. Drew catches Jay as he dives to the outside, chucks him around the floor, throws him in the ring, and the bell rings. Drew then piss taking the yeet was fucking brilliant. His little lackluster little while he's on the floor. Very good stuff. Very good heel work there. McIntyre then gets overzealous with the 10 count punches on the top rope, and Jay drops him with a power bomb and is able to string together some offense until McIntyre gets back and drops him again. Obviously, the bigger man getting the power advantage there. Drew calls for Claymore, but gets caught with a super kick for a 2. Spinal to the pine and a sit-out power bomb by Drew, but both only garnering him a 2. Surprisingly dueling chance for both men. I didn't think there'd be that many people behind, but it's lovely to see because he's bloody fantastic, and we all love Drew here. We have a future shock then hit by Drew again, only getting him a 2. A spear out of nowhere, but only getting Jay a 2. Both men then reverse with kicks and a claymore from Drew, but again, a kick and 2 for Jey Uso. The main event, Jey Uso, boy, he's coming back, baby. Drew then decides to just beat the piss out of Jay for a bit. Fair play to you, sir. Well done. Beats him pillar to post. A Claymore attempt stopped by Uso, just dropping to the floor. That kind of, that Omega Okada. We're going to drop it down. But good stuff. Then Drew goes to the corner. He's begging Jay to get up. He says, "Come on, Jay, just one kill shot and it's over. Get back up. I know you got it in you." Goes for it. A drop toe hold reversal of the Claymore, and Jay rolls up Drew for a 3. A bit of a lackluster finish to this, considering Drew's on the warpath at the minute, like breaking, beating down everyone. Like I thought, maybe just keep Drew going. Jay's not going to lose anything from taking the loss here. Drew could keep his momentum going from getting a win here, but I suppose we'll see where it goes. You know, Papa H has that kind of trust in a lot of people. David, thoughts? I'll go to you first. I haven't gone to you first yet, sir.
All right. Yeah, I like this match. Nice little match to put on their opening episode on Netflix. Jay's over, Drew's over. There you go. Good bit of fun. Like, it obviously ties into the story. Jay specifically has cost him before. And, you know, you could feel that hatred from him. I loved his little piss take of the, as you mentioned earlier. Good God, he's a funny man when he wants to be. 3MB spirit's still in there, you know. Yeah. It was a very out of nowhere and weak finish, but, you know, roll-ups, as this has been a big point of discussion recently, just like WWE specifically has been awful for making roll-ups feel like stolen wins when, no, it's a clean win.
Yeah.
Of course you'd say that, though. That was your first fucking recorded win, wasn't it? Now, as you're a bit biased.
Two members of an opposing podcast. I'm going to pin the third very soon. Shane.
Yeah, well,
I know you're watching.
Shout out
Shane.
to you, big beefy boy Shaz Beef. You're going down, brother.
He was on the LTT Christmas show.
Oh, yeah. Fair play to him. Big love to those boys, by the way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But, you know, again, I thought it was also a bit strange to have Drew win, but, like, Jay's very over. He's in that upper mid-card. It makes sense.
Upper mid-card or Jey Uso, yeah.
Not main event Jey Uso. He did not main event this show. He did main event Backlash France. That's about it.
Fair play. Maroney, since you're staring holes at me when I went to David first, what are your thoughts on it?
I've got a few opinions. I've summed it down to like 4 bullet points. So the thing I'd like to start off is because of the segment, I would like it now known that publicly on this podcast, Jeff has officially condoned the usage of drugs. Now, I can't say I agree with that. I'm heavily against it. Kerwin privately condones the usage of drugs, so good for him. I'm glad they did it privately. Jeff, doing it publicly is a bit irresponsible. What do you have to say for yourself?
I blame Pat McAfee. He condoned it. He told me it was okay, that bastard.
He lives in America. It's illegal here. With that, I love the little clip that of the Raw post show that happened after that I saw online with Triple H responding to a question about Travis Scott smoking one up live on air. I was like, you'll have to like the nature, dude. He's a world megastar, fucking Travis Scott. I have to say big thanks to Jey Uso for saying no. That could have gone very differently. You know, we don't want to ban for glory here on fucking debut episode of Raw.
I agree.
Exactly. Now, with that, I did say earlier in the show that Curtin was right about one thing. Now, with that, with the same statement, I'm going to use this match as an example to say he couldn't have been more wrong with it. Curtin said that every match on this show was something that stayed way past its welcome. This match, in my opinion, felt fresh. In my opinion, this match was something I was so excited for. Stop waving your finger at me like I'm going to stop talking.
I know the message you're invoking, and I specifically said, accept the Drew stuff, you lying bastard.
Okay, we've got the record straight. Sean, continue.
I didn't fucking read that. You think I read that? No.
Yes,
I saw him
you're
fucking
invoking it right
in the
now.
hater that he
Yeah.
fucking is. And fucking, I was like, I'm not putting up with this. Fucking, you can fucking say something nice about the product for fucking what? I'm fucking talking. Yeah.
And I'm not listening, guys.
You can talk 5 minutes about fucking roll-ups. I can give my fucking opinion, okay?
Okay, Sean, continue, sir, before you were so kind of rudely but kind of correctly interrupted.
I don't give a shit. Fucking, this match felt fresh to me. I enjoyed it. I loved the dynamic. These competitors work so well together. They're two future fucking Hall of Famers, in my opinion, if they utilize both of them correctly. I don't think either of them are going to end up on the same show fucking going forward after the whole little transfer window. And I think that's a good thing because they both belong in the same part of the main roster, like on the card when, you know, the part-timers aren't there, which is at the very fucking top reaping all the rewards. They fucking put in the effort for it. They deserve it. They're over as fuck. But this match, admittedly, also was the match that put me to sleep. So,
like legitimately put him to sleep.
Yeah. So make of that as you will. It's a bit conflicting. I do realize, but I watched it again in the morning. I enjoyed it. The ending, but you know, according to Kerwin, we have to give credit to fucking, you know, roll pins. Luke.
There was a lot of hype going into this match, for myself included. I thought it was going to be a really good match. Overall, it was a decent match. But I don't know. I feel like they've just completely halted Drew's momentum with that roll-up pin. It was just kind of, I don't know how they're going forward with that, like with the whole thing. It just seems they kind of made that harder for themselves. I do agree that they are both main eventers, and with the open window, they shouldn't be on the same show anyway, because they both deserve it, and they obviously can't keep fighting each other every week. So
fair, completely fair. I think valid points made by all here for that. There is a rake of just segs next. I'm gonna run through them. Feel free to jump in, Eddie Wood, if you have thoughts on any of the segments. I will stop when we get to Hogan. But we will start off with a Gunther promo package. He wasn't on the show, but he is the world heavyweight champion. So we get a package for him. Gunther says it's a new era for everyone else, but for him, all of everyone's personal issues and their emotional outbursts mean nothing to him, and he is still where their dreams, hopes, and ambitions go to die. He is the light at the end of their tunnel. He holds the prize they all want. He is the world heavyweight champion. He is the ring general. He is Gunther. A nice little kind of promo package. He's doing his little weights and everything like that. A nice little showing for him, so introducing him to the audience. Next, we have Gabriel Iglesias promo backstage, where the New Day get shunted again. He's obviously promoting his Netflix special. No one gives a shit about the New Day. They ignore them. Alpha Academy come in and go back to party with Fluffy. It was grand. I wish the New Day were able to garner and use the heat that they've been given. But maybe someday. Maybe someday. Next, Roman Reigns backstage. Heyman putting him over for the win. He's the tribal chief again. He is the island of relevancy. He is everything in the WWE. Roman Reigns then drops it. The next time we get to see him will be January 27th. And then they enter a door with the 2K25 logo on the back of the door, obviously teasing the next iteration of their gaming series. And that'll be fun. It'll be good. It hasn't been bad since that last time it was bad when everyone lost their fucking minds. But it's been solid for the last couple of years. Next, Terra Twins promo. Rhea says she feels insane after beating Liv tonight. It was crazy. It's all over finally. And after everything Liv took from her, her shoulder, her arm, her family, the dead weight that they turned out to be, her man who she can still have, and a championship most of all. When Liv couldn't rely on her friends, Mommy ended up on top. Damian Priest then says he's dying to be done with his feud with Balor as well, and so are fucking we. That'll be over next week. He said, "Don't let the swag fool you. I'ma feel comfortable." There's gonna be a street fight between Finn and Damian next week on Raw. Damian shouts out Rhea lastly as we cut to a promo for Mania. Next, we have the promo that I cheered the most for, and that is cheering on the crowd, booing the man that gave the promo. We had Hulk Hogan, the real American himself, come out with Jimmy Hart behind him for some fucking reason.
He looks so uncomfortable.
It was the most uncomfortable but lovely viewing of like the crowd just letting WWE know they don't want this guy ever again to grace the stage. Obviously Hogan has many controversies to his name, which we won't get into. But it's there to be seen. Definitely very mixed reactions at the start that led into even more heavy booing of Hogan. Awkward because Hogan was talking about how much the crowd were behind him. Get some new hearing aids, brother. But obviously Hogan then champions the WWE. And then this is where they get so mixed to the point of just booing Hogan. I was chatting along, I was laughing, I was giggling, I was having the time of my life as this man was booed out of the building. He shuts out the crowd and pushes through. He shills his beer. He tries to get a cheap pops for Savage for mentioning Andre. Not even one cheer for Andre or Macho Man, because fuck you for trying to get a pop out of two since past legends
who hated you.
Yeah, true. He shouts out the Netflix connection and gets booed even more. What you gonna do when Netflix and Raw run wild on you? Probably hope Hogan doesn't show up again. They'll turn the fuck off. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Maroney, thoughts on the Hogan promo?
Yeah, I'm not going to really give thoughts on the Hogan promo because I didn't care for it, like everyone in the arena. But Jeff wanted to skip past Hulk Hogan's controversies very quickly, so I wrote them down. So the controversies have to do with racism, of course, him saying the N-word that one time when he was shagging your one in the hotel room and he was being privately recorded. Despite the moral indifference I have for, privately recording someone in the hotel room, you shouldn't be saying the N-word during sex.
To be fair, he did apologize because he said it on camera. He should have kept that off camera.
Yeah, exactly.
What a moral paragon.
Everybody knows the only time that you say the N-word is when you're rapping to a song that's already got the word in it. Nothing you can do at that point. Other controversies have to do with lying about meeting dead celebrities after they passed away and being transphobic live on camera. Yeah. That was something he decided to do on camera. And most recently, becoming the biggest pro-activist for Donald Trump. And whilst, he might claim he's a real American in this world of making America great again, I don't care for America. And I don't care for Hulk Hogan. They can both fuck off. I never want to see him again.
You're going to be a big foreign heel when you get to the Fed.
Yes, sir.
I would just like to briefly mention one, that the whole reason that he's here is not just because he's a big WWE legend. He is also the head of one of the sponsors that are currently on the ring mat, which is the Real American Beer.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I prefer, the Terramana tequila or Rolling Rock if you're old enough. And
yeah, I'm more for guys who piss in bottles and
they made Hogan change his shirt when he got in the arena because he posted he spent specifically it says MAGA powers.
Oh my Jesus
from
Christ.
Vance Hogan. Oh my
Christ.
God! Just like, if this is the last time we see Hulk Hogan on TV before he inevitably dies, I'm happy.
He's never gonna die. The good die young, and he's getting very old. Luke, thoughts on Hogan, bro?
I was cheering the fact that they were booing him. Never been prouder. I'm fairly sure the cheers were just from his theme song coming out.
Yeah,
because I did hear cheers at the beginning.
I am a real American.
As soon as that song ended, woo, woo, woo.
They didn't even try to cover it, to be fair.
He didn't even need to be. Like, that was just a waste of time, really.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't need to be there. He didn't say anything worthwhile, or he was literally just there.
Yeah, we could have just given it to Bex. We could have given that time to Bex. But they tried to use it on an old, shriveled up racist. But anyways, next we have the match everyone's been anticipating since their probably promo of the year last week. Like, ending the year with a bang. I mean, Rollins and Punk going back and forth, fiery as ever. And here we are. Rollins dripped out with that entrance coat. Oh, like, that was gorgeous. Like, sometimes he's a bit too, like, over the top ridiculous. That shit was endgame. That was gorgeous. And as he enters, they drop Seth's shoot name. Bit strange. Breaking kayfabe all over the shop, lads. First of all, Rock. And then you shoot name poor Rollins. Obviously they mentioned Ambrose.
What, they call him Colby?
Yeah, they called him Colby. They were like, when he went to get training from Punk, they were reiterating the whole story, like them in Ring of Honor, all that sort of stuff. They mentioned the Shield, they mentioned Ambrose, as he come to the ring. Cole basically giving a brief TLDR of the feud. Start off strong strikes from both men to start. Rollins taking control off a dive to the outside. Rollins tells Rob Sabata to stop counting to 10 and let it ride. Both men get in the referee's face throughout this match. Rollins is then dumped into the crowd, and Punk leaps onto him, taking back control. Thank God he didn't land on his ankle. Dangerous. We've seen that before. There was a nice, both men avoid each other's finishers. Then we have Seth keeps getting all up in the ref's face. He properly is like, hey, like you need to leave this run. This is a blood feud. Don't do your job. And pushes him into the corner. Punk uses this as an advantage, boots him square in the face. A top rope swing and neck breaker from Punk was really, really nice. Followed up then, Rollins gets back control with an SCO into the buckles, going back and gaining some more momentum. A couple of corner step-up knees and a comeback from Punk. Hanging neck breaker over the ropes by Punk, and then a dive to the outside. Rollins hits a GTS and Punk rolls right out of the ring, not allowing him to get any cover at all. Bit of a botch stomp from Punk, more like a slip. But it was grand, it was fine. You know, Punk's never been noted as being like perfectly clean across the board anyway. Punk then tries for a GTS reversed, and Rollins hits another one for a 2 count. A pedigree on the table, no budge from it by Rollins, but Rollins does tweak his knee a little bit. Then another pedigree in the ring, and only a 2 for Rollins. A harsh open palm slaps and closed fists then into big shots on their feet. A high kick from Punk, but Rollins catches his corner knee into a corner-to-corner buckle bomb, beautifully done, followed up by a stomp, but Punk gets his foot just on the ropes, just as the ref goes to count 3, which is normally a heel spot, but you know, it's Punk and everybody loves him. A hop-up superplex, but the Falcon Arrow reversed into a GTS, and then a dead weight, Rollins lifted and dropped for another sweet GTS right on the knee, connected cleanly for the win for CM Punk. Personally, I thought a bit rushed at the end, but I think these guys did really well for a TV main event on the Netflix debut. I think they could have stepped it up a gear, but I assume they'll maybe go back and forth at a pay-per-view at some point. Not the Rumble, obviously, but maybe after that, maybe Elimination Chamber, something like that, and they'll maybe go back and forth in a proper match. Maroni, thoughts on the main event of the Raw Netflix debut, sir?
Right. So I have a few tie-in thoughts because this is the end of the show and I won't get the opportunity to speak again. First and foremost, I would like to thank Triple H because I feel like he's been paying attention to my criticisms and critiques over his products over the past couple of weeks. Over this entire show, not a single segment was ruined by 20 skinny men. And I would like to say thank you. I hope you sacked all of them. I never want to see them again. This is what a show needs. Just segments without 20 skinny men. Fucking let the boys talk. Let the boys wrestle. If the boys decide they're out to talk, but then they decide to wrestle, just let them fucking wrestle. We don't need 20 skinny men. Right? With that, I will say the show is selling me a bunch of lies. It is. It is. But from a production standpoint, you saw so many new ways of filming, from the drone shots coming in the arena, etc. These were things that we saw fucking when Triple H first took the guard and fucking like it's nothing new. It's nice to see it back again. We didn't have any backstage walkout entrances, fucking like we traditionally do. This is very much just we're doing a fucking big wrestling show. Fucking let's make it pretty. Let's fucking show we got this. Fucking and then let's not show the nitty. Yeah, let's not show the nitty gritty of fucking what's there backstage because fucking, maybe on a week to week basis, fucking you might want that, but this is the Netflix premiere, bro. Fucking, we've got so many people fucking watching, fucking.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, with that,
so many people watch tonight. It's great.
But continuing the list of lies that I've been sold, Roman Reigns and CM Punk are not wrestling on Raw again. Who do you think they're both part-timers. Fucking Like,
It's mania.
I literally said it fucking this morning. I was surprised that neither of their matches ended in fucking DQ. Fucking, I'm surprised Brock Lesnar didn't come out and just fucking opponent suplex one of their fucking opponents like he did the last time Roman was built for a fucking episode of Raw. Fucking like, like, who do you think I am that I'm such a gullible shit that fucking next week I'm walking into fucking Raw thinking, oh, I wonder what story they're gonna fucking continue now that we're on the road to WrestleMania. I know that fucking bitch is being main evented by Lyra versus whatever the fuck her name is. I don't care. Yeah, Dakota Kai, fucking that one, fucking something Katana. Now, with the actual match, the main event, my two opinions. One, I really enjoyed Punk coming out in the Ring of Honor, and now the infamously known AEW walkout jacket. I don't know.
Jacket.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a little work or shoot giving homage to the Ring of Honor days, or more so throwing a finger at Seth, wearing the jacket that he walked out of his friend's company with. But as well as that, I would like to say, Chad Patton, I know you've been around for a minute. Me and Jeff only seem to have realised your face yesterday.
I'm so sorry, Chad. We didn't know who it was at the start, and then Cole coined him, and I was like, "That's Chad Patton."
Yeah.
But to be fair to him, the less you see of a ref, the better.
Yeah, Jeff said that yesterday. But with how this match played out, the more I can't help but think, Triple H's era of referees seem to be really lenient on certain rules, like, countouts, etc. Fucking. However, Chad seems to be the last of the old guard, where he's like, I don't give a fuck if you want to fucking, just have a feud in the crowd. I'm counting to fucking 10. You get back in the fucking ring, or I'm going to count to fucking 10. So, Chad, fuck off. I enjoy a match that fucking gets out of the ring every now and again. Fucking giving the boys a chance to fucking get through that fucking table. It's brand new. It's shiny. It's got RGB lights. Fucking put someone through it already. But other than that, the main event, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It wasn't to the caliber that I expected. Not to sound like a parrot, admittedly, but fucking at the same time, it was the thing that sold me about the show. And fucking, I don't think the boys did a bad job. It's just an episode of Raw. Fucking, you're not used to seeing these two perform on something that isn't pay-per-view. So that's it. That's my opinion of the entire show. Raw on Netflix. It was a solid 9 out of 10. Kerwin is a pessimistic bastard. Anyways. Jeff, back to you.
So, lovely stuff. I will pass to Kerwin for your thoughts while I turn off my camera for 2 seconds, fix my poster that's fallen down behind me. Jason Voorhees is trying to stab me in the back of the head. Oh, it's all falling apart. David, thoughts?
Yeah, okay, I'll keep this short considering we are an hour and 22 minutes into this. I really enjoyed the match, you know what you're getting from these two lads. They've been around long enough and they have similar enough styles to where you know what to expect from them. I really like the ending spot, the superplex into the GTS position. Thought that was really cool. But beyond the match, I would like to shout out something that Punk said in the post-show little thing that went on, because it is something nice. He obviously, I have many misgivings with him as a person, but when he generally does try to shout out people who deserve, positive affirmations, he cut a promo afterwards shouting out the guitarist for New Found Glory was recently diagnosed with cancer, and for TNA's Chris Bay, who was injured back in November. We have not heard many things about, but from what is being intimated, sounds very, very bad. And I thought that was just a nice thing for him to do with such a large profile show that he was on.
Yeah, 100%. So, Luke, final closing thoughts on the main event and the show itself.
The show itself, thought it was great. It was great for Raw. It was what they needed to open up. Just what I think of it as well is that I didn't get to mention it earlier because I admittedly forgot. Is that I do hope that Cena does wrestle on a Raw. Just very quickly, warm up, get him a win before going into the Royal Rumble stuff or the Elimination Chamber. The main event, it was better than I was expecting for a Raw. Like, obviously, it's the first one, but he's still 2 main eventers that do PPEs or whatever. Enjoyed it. I thought the ending had a bit of a whiplash effect, just because of the sudden stop, and I felt like they tried making Punk like Super Cena, like five finishers, and then no life to him. Seth doing 70% of the work, then just out of nowhere, energy for 2. And this is the same man who couldn't do 1 at the Royal Rumble last year.
I get him, Luke. Go on, Luke. Shoot on point.
Wait for this and it happened.
But overall, it was a good match, and I'm trying not to let my previous bias of against Punk. I don't have that anymore.
True,
Let's make
you've
that
worked through
clear.
your issues.
I got over those issues, but I don't know. It was like a whiplash effect, and I think what made it worse was the roll-up pin from the previous match. It felt very similar. Like they both rushed, so I think that kind of added a bit of salt to the match. But overall, I thought it was a great Raw. I would give it like 4.3 stars out of 5. Because I thought it was fairly good. I enjoyed it.
Lovely. So I'll take us home. I think a episode of Raw, a lovely debut for Raw on Netflix. I think it was a perfect introduction for any new eyes and fans who know what the crack is. I think it was a nice viewing experience. It'll be interesting to see how we go on from here, the difference in presentation and everything like that. I think it will drop a little bit slightly, obviously, but it'll be interesting to see where they go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the rest of the podcast. It's falling down again. It's all falling apart. But anyways, with the poster falling down behind me, a thunderous Raw in the books. Thank you so much for watching us. If you're restless for more wrestling content like yourselves, please follow us on all socials. That is Wrestless Pod on all socials, on your Twitter, your Instagram, your Threads, your TikTok, your YouTubes, your Twitches, anything in the world. We'll have long form content. That is the weekly show reviews, the paper reviews, and the classic podcast, which will be coming in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. We're starting off with WrestleMania 40. We will have some original content coming throughout the year. We have the Kings and Queens of the Indie series. That'll be Nigel McGuinness and William Ospreay. There is that meta essay that David also wants to do in regards to Jack Perry and the scapegoat character, how that's kind of crossing in between real and fake. I will be doing a Bray Wyatt discussion, a kind of retrospective on his whole career. There'll be all that and more in terms of social content. We will have news videos, we will have show reviews and previews, so keep tuned on all of that. And without further ado, lads, take care, Toga Bugge, Slaughter, Agus Vast, Loga Foal. Lads, give a little closing, Marody, a closing for the podcast. Go on, sir.
I want to shit all over David Kern's opinions.
No, it's supposed to be a quick little. There was the whole build that you're supposed. This little.
That's all I wanted to say.
No, okay. Well, anyways, David, a nice exit, please, sir.
I hope you had a nice January 6th. Enjoy the
I
wrestling
hope you
you
did.
love, because wrestling should be fun.
I hope you
And
did.
Luke, sir, take us home, my friend.
Hope everyone enjoyed Netflix Raw, like the premiere. It's the start of a new era. And don't worry, the moneymaker's here now. I'll be here next week as well.
Yes! Click, baby, click! Let's go, Slaughter. It's all down.